Xinqiu, he starts, pressing their foreheads together as his temperature rises. What do you think our wedding would look like? Okay, and the tea is that I object. And Kaeya's like crying because Kaeya's got like abandonment issues. Kazuha, Heizo. What do you guys think about Kazuha Heizo? I think it's elope too, because Kazuha is so elopey. Crew's wedding, but on the Alcar, and Beta was there, and they go to Liyue. Blue's right, guys. Crew's wedding on the Alcar. Move. They elope on the Alcar. Beta officiates. I don't think there's any tea. Blue, do you think there's any tea with this? Tea, of course not. No tea. What tea is, they've stolen all the gender in the world. Heizo and Traveler, I don't know what to do. Destination locker room murder mystery wedding. The receptionist did it. They want to revenge on their boss for underpaying. See, Ham, I knew you would eat. We're gonna put both of them, Blue Main Heizo and Aether Heizo, into destination wedding, and the destination is an escape room. The receptionist did it. They want revenge for not getting a raise or for underpaying. That's literally the tea. If there's no objections, that's gonna be the destination wedding. Jean Lisa, what do you guys think? I think it's traditional. Jean Lisa would have a small backyard wedding, and Lisa would make a whole day to treat Jean like a goddess. It's only family and close friends around, and super sweet with a lot good homemade food and small cozy decoration on a park or some shit. Nothing goes wrong and it's perfect, which is why they deserve. By the way, I mean Kaeya confiscated all of Klee's bombs. I agree. I think it's a traditional small backyard wedding, but it's not gonna be in the church, and there's no drama. It's here about Jean Luke. It's traditional. Boring. The most traditional. Literally just boring traditional wedding. Literally snoozing in my chair. That's the drama of it. It's just boring. I just don't think anything's actually gonna happen. Or Jean is cheating on diluc with Lisa. Listen, I'm a cook. So my thought is that Jean suffers from compulsory heterosexuality. Jean was brainwashed into believing she was straight. Jean literally thought diluc was it. And then as they were like getting married, Jean was so distressed. And Jean was like, why? Like diluc is the perfect man to marry. This makes so much sense. I love him, I think, right? And then she's like about to hit the altar, and Lisa's backstage, like helping her get dressed, putting the last finishing touches on her gown. And then Jean looks at Lisa and is like, I can't do this. I'm in love with you. I'm not in love with him. And they're like, where is the bride? Like, we're waiting for her. Where is she? And they're like making out. Guys, that's it. I'm so glad we all agree. Owen is here. It's Itoro time. Owen, what do you think about Itoro? Ito wants his day to be perfect deep down. He's like all silly on the outside, but all he wants is a perfect wedding day with his fiance. Goro wants Ito to be happy, and he's also cool with the idea, so that's what they do. All the Watatsumi resistance is there, and so is some of the Kujo clan and the Traveler and Kazuha, and also Ito's gang as well. I love that. Owen, so traditional wedding? The Itoro maestro has spoken. I completely agree. Ito would train the whole Oni Kabuto to be the ring bearers. Yeah! They're both in black suits and it's perfect. Yeah, I don't think there's any tea. It's a little goofy. There's some hijinks for sure, but I don't think it's anything tea worthy. Kaibedo. I love Kaibedo so much. I feel like it'd be traditional because Kai gives me hopeless romantic. I agree. Rosario, Venti, Kai would be wasted as well. Yeah, everybody has to get drunk together. Let's do a traditional wedding for Kaibedo. I think it's gonna be traditional too. Is there any drama with Kai and Albedo? I don't know if there is. Maybe they're both like get a little cold feet. Maybe Kaeya is like, oh, maybe I don't know if I can do this. Maybe he gets a little nervous. And then they go tell Albedo, and Albedo comes and like sees him, and Kaeya's like crying because Kaeya's got like abandonment issues. And Albedo's like, I love you, and that's all that you need to worry about right now. It's sad, but I think that's really sweet. Okay, Kavehtham. My opinion on Kavehtham, Alhaitham wants it to be county registrar, but Kaveh wants it to be a whole thing. Kaveh's invited to someone's wedding and gets very drunk and has a breakdown about how he's gonna be alone forever. And Alhaitham tells him that's factually untrue. Kaveh has multiple friends. And Kaveh says that he doesn't mean it like that he means he's never gonna have someone of his own. And Alhaitham tells him he already does. And he confesses to Kaveh, and Kaveh says he can't do this because he knows they'll fight again, and Alhaitham will leave again, and Kaveh won't be able to take it this time. And Alhaitham says he's not going to leave, but if Kaveh needs proof, they can go to sumeru registrar right then. And Kaveh's like, are you proposing to me? And Alhaitham says yes, and they go get married. Oh my god, yes! County registrar. So they go do that first, and then they have a big blowout wedding. Yay! Kazuha Wanderer. I think elope. Okay, I'm gonna say it's elope. Because Kazuha's a wanderer, and wanderer's a wanderer. Wanderer would be like, really? If you insist, let's just go to Nahida when she's off work. Ham, I totally agree. I think it's super unofficial off the record. They just go run. Goro Kokomi. Kokogoro is one of my least favorite ships, I will say. But if you ship it, I totally see you, I hear you. Traditional boring. I think it's traditional too. Because she's like the head shrine maiden. It's like by the books. It's boring. The tea is that it's a beard wedding. And Kokomi's gonna get married to Kujo Sara, and Ito's gonna get married to Goro. They're both like, I'm gay and you're gay. We should get married so that nobody finds out. Thank you. Okay, Kujo Sara Kokomi. What do we we think? Star would want a very traditional wedding because she's just built that way and it's very pretty. They do it in Watatsumi and Kokubi's wearing a gorgeous dress while Sara's in a suit and it's very gorgeous visually. We think so as well. It's kind of tea. I think already them being together is tea. You know, they're both were opposing people on the sides of a war. Yeah, the wedding would represent Inazuma finally healing. People get emotional. Next up, ooh, Nilu Yunjin. Nilu Yunjin to be a mix of both sumeru and Liyue tradition. I think it's a tradition. I think it's gorgeous. And I think they both, oh, okay, listen. Okay, I'm gonna cook. Let me cook. The people that get married, right, sometimes do a performance for the guests. Nilu does her dance, her beautiful dance, and then like does this to point to the other side of like the hall. They're getting married on a stage. Look past the round and they see, and the spotlight shines on Yunjin, and Yunjin does her performance too. And then they come together in the middle and they do a performance together, which is the mashup of Nilu's dance and Yunjin's dance and performance as well. And it's a combination of their cultures. That's amazing. There's no tea. Okay, Ningguang and Yelan. I have no idea. I don't know if Yelan would get married either, especially not to Ningguang, because I feel like that's too high profile of a person to be married to. I think it's registrar. I think they just go get it signed in secret and they hang out together, but it's like nobody knows. Yeah, it's a secret relationship. And that's the tea, is that nobody knows. Ningguang and Zhongli. Whoever is a Ningguang Zhongli person in chat, y'all speak, because I don't care. I do not like this shit. Sorry, it's the power dynamic. I don't like it. Traditional, most of the traditional weddings ever. The aesthetic is pretty. Yeah, a lot of rocks. We're gonna do it just traditional. And the tea is that I object. I'm gonna take Ningguang or I'm gonna take Zhongli. I'm gonna take either of them. Kaeya Rosaria is elope. Okay, elope to Vegas. I think that's just the tea. I feel like if they do get married, it's very much in their 20s. They're like, okay, if we reach 40 years old and we don't get married, by then we'll just marry each other. Okay, we'll just go to Vegas, get super wasted drunk, hire a bunch of strippers, and then just get married. How's that sound? That's the only way they get married, for the tax benefits. Mona and Wanderer. Well, I want them to be drama filled. Yeah, let's do huge party. They fight at the wedding. Oh my god, huge blowout party. And but like she's in a lot of debt now because of it. Wanderer finds out at the wedding, which he didn't even want in the first place. And Wanderer is pissed. They have a huge fight with each other. I think that's the tea. Moving swiftly along, Sara Shinobu. Shinobu and Sara have a small backyard wedding and Ito somehow convinces them to let him and the Arataki gang plan the entire thing. No! And when the day comes, they find out that Ito surprisingly did a fantastic job and they have a sweet little wedding. Also, Ito definitely sobbed when they kissed. I mean, what can I say? You can't cook a better thing than that. Well, Shenlan. They have a small traditional wedding because Cloud Retainer recommended it. They invite those who are close to them and everyone is allowed to bring a +1. Ganyu is Shenhe's best woman and Ningguang is Yelan's. Cloud Retainer officiates the wedding. They both have a small glass bottle filled with sand and the one bigger glass container. They both pour their sands in representing that no matter what happens, they will forever be together. Okay, holy shit. There you go, existing. Agreed. Existing 8. Oh, Shinobu and Heizo. I would say they have a very small background wedding. Shinobu invites the gang, of course, and Heizo doesn't have many friends, so it's just like a little small get together and they're just happy to be together. I think the drama is that Heizo invited a lot of people at his precinct and a lot of people showed up because they think he's an asshole. They don't really get along with him. Xiao Aether. They have the smallest backyard wedding ever. Zhongli officiates. The only guests are Paimon and the Adepti. There are no speeches. The vows are short. They have a really soft, sweet kiss, and afterwards Xiao teleports them both away to the top of a mountain where they can just lie together and stargaze. Thank you for the meal. Wow, Veer, you cooked. Lumaine Aether. Lumaine Aether. Lumaine Aether? I did not say Lumaine Aether. No, I didn't. Lumaine Xiao. Oh! I think Xiao Lumei would be same to Xiao Aether too. Okay, I think it's the same. I think it's the same as what we said for Aether Xiao. That's it. Xiao Ven. Xiao would be busy overworking himself, doing his karmic thing. And then Venti would show up, start playing his flute while Xiao is like on the brink of death. And then Venti takes Xiao to this whimsical place that looks like Windrise with lots of flower petals and decorations. And he gets Xiao to come out of his shell and dance with him like Xiao hints he wants to do in his name card description. Overall giving backyard vibes where Xiao and Venti heal together. Wanderer, you A. I agree. I think Venti by nature would want a big wedding, but also I think Venti is also just like a big softie at heart. I think Venti would want Xiao just to be happy, and Xiao would not be happy around a lot of people. I think it would just be a them kind of thing. Yeah, they kiss. I think they just kind of like are betrothed to each other in a way that only their word is the bond between each other. I think that's the tea. And it's not really a wedding at all. So it's like a small backyard wedding. It's pretty much county registrar, honestly, but there is no registrar. Yantao. They want a big wedding and they settle on having the wedding where Rex Lapis' funeral is held. I'm screaming. Ganfei buys a fancy dress and Hu Tao wears an old suit of Zhongli's. Zhongli officiates the wedding and Hu Tao obviously wants Zhongli to stay till death do you part. Hu Tao raps during the reception and Yanfei is always holding Hu Tao's hand. I love it. Let's just do traditional wedding then for that. I think they want a big wedding and they settle for that too. I think it's traditional. I think all the friends friends come. I don't think it's huge. And I think the tea is just Hu Tao's a bad rapper. It's time for Xinqiu Chongyun. It's time for Ham to cook. If you guys do not know, Ham is like our resident fanfiction writer. Ham has cooked up an amazing Xinqiu Chongyun fic. And I just send you the excerpt from my fic. Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna find it first and I'm gonna do a dramatic reading. Okay, let's go! Oh my god, I'm so excited! Xinqiu, he starts, pressing their foreheads together as his temperature rises. What do you think our wedding would look like? Okay. Ham, that was amazing. Oh my god, I got lost in that. I forgot where I was. So on that note, oh my god. Small backyard wedding, perfect. We don't need to go into it anymore. Chongyun Shinyeon, beautiful wedding. Beautiful wedding. Shinyeon Yeonjin, I think it's gonna be very similar to Nilu and Yeonjin's wedding. What do y'all think? Destination wedding. Oh, speak. They can go on like a tour. A little tour playing music to people. They would like that. Yeah. Okay, I think we're gonna put him in destination wedding. Ayaka Yoimiya. I think it's traditional and it's a celebration. Small wedding at the commission or they'll go for the county registry. For the small wedding, it's only like close friends, family, and Ayato officiates, and the entire time Ayaka is internally panicking what the public would think. Yoimiya picks up So during the wedding and she does little things to reassure Ayaka. Aw. And afterwards takes the reassuring to a whole different level and they cuddle and stuff the next day. That's beautiful. And yeah, Yoimiya makes fireworks. It's still traditional, but it's still kind of like borderline big. All of Inazuma loves Yoimiya, so they make it like a whole thing. Zhongli child haters speak. May I speak? I think Zhongli child is a small backyard wedding because child brings Zhongli home to Sneznaya and it's just like a wedding with him and his friends. And Zhongli's just happy to be there. I think it's sweet. Small backyard wedding, I don't want to hear it. Zhongven, I think it's very similar to Venti Xiao. What do you guys think? I think it's like they just kind of have their own little celebration. Zhongven probably won't have a wedding, but he'll have to be there as a human. Zhongli witnessing marriages like eventual Chongyun Xinqiu, Beiguang. Zhongli sits there hidden in his divinity. Sometimes Venti is invited to those events and Venti also feels his distance to mortal experiences. And so they, for at least one night, find solace within each other, but no marriage, just eternal friends. For that regard, I think we're gonna put them in county registrar. Very much just the two of them confessing and promising to each other. Okay, Zhongli, Baizhu, cook. Baizhu can't have a huge wedding. He's gonna die. Richard said, small wedding, it's sweet and fast because the peepaws need their sleep. I was just thinking the same thing. Wedding tragedy? Oh my god, the tea is Baizhu dies. He starts coughing mid-vow. Their marriage is just small because they know each other's truth. I agree, Ram, I agree. Ito, Ayato. Elope. Can we say elope to Vegas? Because I don't think Inazuma would appreciate the wedding between Ito and Ayato. And that's the tea. They just have to elope. They just have to do it. Yeah, and Inazuma will just not take them seriously. Ito Sara, on the other hand, I think Ito wants a huge wedding, but Sara does not. But I think Ito just will not listen and literally every single day begs Sara. And then Sara just gets so worn down. She's like, fine. And then they do it and something happens. Like, yeah, it catches on fire. Or the boys get too drunk. Everything that could go wrong is going wrong at this wedding. And Sara's pissed because she's like, this wouldn't have happened if we made this so low key. I think that's the tea. Like, it's just a mess. Thoma, Ayaka, I think this is another beard wedding. I think it's gonna be traditional. The tea is they're both gay and they find out they're both gay through each other. And that's the tea of that. Okay, here we go. Thoma, Ayato. Ayato and Thoma is a secret relationship because of the Yashiro commissioner Ayato should have heirs, so it's complicated. But they're very in love. It's not an official wedding. Nobody outside of the two of them knows other than maybe Ayaka. It's not even registered anywhere. There's no ceremony, but it's real to them. They say their vows to each other in the dark of the night in Ayato's room and give their whole selves to each other. Are you joking? Stone, I completely agree. It's canon. It is canon. Okay, so then where are we gonna put them in? I guess it goes as eloping, but it's not official. Make their own category. So we're gonna add that. Secret wedding. Yeah, I think we should move all the Yelan ships. Well, no, this one's actually really cute. We'll keep that there. But Ningguang Shenhe will move. Yeah, county registrar, so true. But I think secret wedding for them as well. I think that's pretty much what we said earlier. Okay, last one, guys. We made it to the last one. Dehya Dunyazard. I think it's a small backyard wedding. It's really beautiful with like a lot of flowers. Dunyazard's rich-ass family pays for the whole thing. I think that's the tea. I think it's a small backyard wedding. Nilu performs. Everyone's happy. It's the perfect wedding. I don't think there's any tea. I think that's it. Guys, we did it. We did it. Here is the official tier list. And it's amazing and it's gorgeous and it's stunning. And oh my god, hello, hey.
And that you
hello. That was quite the tier list. This was so much fun. I hope you guys had a lot of fun. This was actually, I think, the most fun I've had with the tier list. The Stone Pilots, thank you so much for the idea for this tier list, guys. I got this idea from Stone. Thank you, Stone. YouTube, make sure to say goodbye to the rats, and the rats are saying goodbye to you. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you had so much fun. I had so much fun too, and we had so much fun here in chat. Make sure to stop by if you want to join in on some of these streams live at twitch.tv/eissocial. Also, if you disagree with anything that what we said, comment it down below. Let me know your thoughts, and subscribe to make your ship canon. Hey! And like the video, please, if you really liked it, so you can feed the YouTube algorithm, because it's a hungry boy. Hello! And join the rats here. We have so much fun. We just hit 1,000, which is such a huge milestone here, which is like so cool, and I was so grateful for everybody. So if you want to join on in with the Hive, then definitely come and do that. So I'll either see you next time here on Twitch, or I'll see you in the next one. Right, guys? We'll see them later, yeah? Okay, bye!
Hello?
Melania, is there something you've learned?